Well, we are back once again from a week
Oh,
off.
we are. We're.
Yeah.
I've been waiting here this whole time.
hmm Yeah. I went on vacation and just all kinds of stuff.
No, it was me that was out of town for a good part of last weekend. But we are back, right?
Yes, we're back.
Let's see.
We're
Let's
another
see if we remember
episode.
how to do this.
Did you know though? I was doing the thing and I always put a little counter up. This is our 40th episode this season, this year, and our 65th episode overall with the Well Below Average podcast. So
That's. I mean, I did not know that. In fact, if I had to guess, like number of episodes this year, I probably would have guessed maybe a little bit less. I don't know, but that's exciting. I
yeah,
and we got some weekly content, small stuff coming out during the week. So just moving and going and all the things.
yeah. So yeah, keep watching, keep supporting us, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. But it is Halloween, and um, so what do you think? Whole show like this?
Yeah, go ahead. Now I
Go
guess
ahead.
this we'll get this posted later tonight, so it will still be Halloween. Here actually, we'll save this. We'll do a little debate later. I have a Halloween themed debate that I just thought of. Um,
Mhm.
we were talking about Halloween stuff before we started the show, and it inspired it.
I can't do
So
it.
we'll
It's too hot.
bring that back up before. But I guess do we want to do some thank our sponsors some before we get into some things here?
Sure. I'll jump in first with the local menace, the Dallas-based streetwear clothing brand over my left shoulder. The stage right, I believe. I don't know. It is a artist-owned Dallas-based again streetwear brand hell bent on destroying your wardrobe. You can find them at localmenace.com. They do amazing content. The Alien Man here is one of my favorite. Nick, you got their original brand. You were wearing that during. If you want to check out that shirt, Nick's weekly pick'em he put out this week. He's wearing that. The Dumb Luck Crew shirt. They have pins, hats, hoodies, zip ups. Great for this cooling off weather in Texas. That's all you need is an awesome hoodie. So go check them out at localmenace.com and use code Beard Crew to get 25% off your entire order. Support a local Dallas-based company and look awesome this holiday season. Also, great Christmas gifts.
Absolutely. Speaking of things for cooler weather, our other sponsor, Rodeo Coffee, over Adam's. What shoulder is that?
That's my right shoulder.
Your right shoulder there. Rodeo Coffee, small batch roasted coffee, just like it says on the t-shirt, made right here in Fort Worth. They just got a coffee truck. They're putting work on that. You'll be able to see it, I'm sure, around town, but it's small batch roasted right here in the DFW, specifically Fort Worth. But Rodeo Coffee, check them out on Instagram, Facebook. They're kind of all over the place. Farmers markets, pop-up shops. Every weekend it feels like they're somewhere. The Costa Rican blend is very. Is it Costa Rican or Colombian that I keep forgetting? I mixed up the two.
Colombian's
two
my
countries.
favorite.
Then it's Colombian. Costa Rican is the newer blend, and then Colombian more of the classic blend. I always mix up the two. Had both, but they're both very good. Easy drinking coffee, but check them out, and they're about to blow up. So get on the train before it is long gone, because Rodeo Coffee, it is where it is at. But yeah, some solid stuff. I was actually drinking some of their coffee while I did my picks because why not?
Okay. It's a good thing to drink. Also, we don't plug my company much, Ish Beard Works. I do have a lot of new products, beard balm, mustache wax, and got some beer soap out.
Beer or beer?
Beer, like cerveza, beer.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and we got some Christmas
Is
bundles coming out. Go ahead.
You also drink it.
I would not recommend that.
Okay.
It is not. There's no alcohol in the beer soap.
Okay.
It does smell amazing. Yeah, it's good stuff. So check us out at ishbeardworks.com, and you could use code Beardiac, like Maniac, and you get 10% off your orders there.
Good stuff.
All right, but let's get into the show here. So this is your first, Halloween as a
Hmm.
padre, as a dad.
Yes.
So what's the festivities like? Y'all holding off till the kid's a little bigger, or y'all
Yeah.
doing anything?
So we went to our church, had a little deal last night. Our church is right next to an elementary school, so they kind of partnered together for like a trunk or treat. So we took her to that just so we had a reason to put her in a costume. Um, and in fact, she has two costumes because grandparents, you know. But she has a Minnie Mouse and a Snow White, so she wore one of those to like our small group last week, and then one of them to the trunk or treat, and then one of them also just one day, so my wife could take pictures. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much the festivities. No trick or treating or anything like that. She is actually. Well, my wife will probably wake her up in a minute, and she needed a nap, and so we put her down for like a late nap because she was just real fussy. But yeah, no trick or treating, anything like that. No real festivities, and we're not big Halloween people to begin with. In fact, sorry if this is you, Adam. I don't know if it is because I haven't been to your house this Halloween season. But if you do all out Halloween decorations, kind of a weirdo. Like, let's be honest. Like, it's pretty weird to do out Christmas. I get it. Like, I can get behind that. We do some. We're not crazy about Christmas decorations, but inside the house, my wife is. Outside, we do very minimal. But the Halloween decorations, webs, giant spiders, blow up stuff. We have people, a couple of houses down that do like hanging heads in their tree. Pretty weird. But yeah, we're not doing much for Halloween. We got a bowl of candy out so people don't ring the doorbell. We'll see if kids do it out of spite. Um, I don't think we haven't had any. At least I haven't heard any trick or treaters yet. Still pretty early, but yeah, nothing crazy for us. Just costumes for photo opportunities, basically.
Yeah, we're not a big Halloweener. We're not really big any holiday um, that I can think of. You know, so no, not big Halloween. Now we will go stock up on candy, and the kids really like candy.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
you they prefer you. You know, if you're gonna spend $20 in the costume, they'd rather you give them $20 so they can buy their skin in Fortnite. It's to them,
Hmm.
it's that makes more sense. And whatever. Um,
Uh,
so
but we'll and I've got the Halloween date coming up in just a little bit that we'll get into. Um,
okay.
Hopefully there's some. Hopefully we have some differing opinions because we agree a lot, which I guess is a good thing. But uh, you know, I'm also wearing wire headphones, so I feel like if I lean back too far, I might unplug myself here. Uh, because headphones where the baby's sleeping. So you know, we
Of
adapt
course.
here at the Mobile Average Podcast.
There you go. All right, so we missed a lot of news. It's like last week was probably the worst week to miss for us because we quite a bit of things happened. Um,
Well, hopefully no animal news.
no animal news, but what I'm going to call Halloween Tragedy 1, not really a news story, but the Alec Baldwin stuff. Been
Yeah,
covered
man.
to death, but I don't know if you want to talk about that, put some insight on it. That's kind of our first little explore some
Yeah.
more.
So I saw our friend KT actually tweet about that. I woke up like early one morning with Eleanor, like it was like I don't know, 5, and KT's up throughout the night, and he tweeted something about Alec Baldwin, and I was like, what is he talking about? I thought it was just some sort of joke, like like an SNL or a movie, but really really tragic news, and is kind of turning. And correct me if I'm wrong here. It seems like a little bit ugly legally, as far as like passing blame and those things. I mean, really, really tragic that someone lost their life. Obviously, like that is very sad. What was surprising to me, and maybe this is the whole crux of the thing. I didn't even know that live ammo was allowed to be on it was a. Is that the point? Like, it's not supposed to be on a movie set.
And I think that's what's happened is what's one of the more recent developments is that yeah, there was live ammo on the set, and that is a big no-no, and that this armorer who was supposed to be in charge of all this was like in her 20s,
Like
very in which
24.
24, yeah, which
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean good or bad, but in this case maybe it does. Um, allowed live ammo on the set, which I have a theory in life. It's called the train theory.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one place in the world you can get run over by a train. That's on a train track.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's only one way you can get shot by live ammo, and that's have it near you.
But my question is this: like, I understand like that it was her job, or however it's supposed to be said, that live ammo wasn't supposed to be there. Can they not just, and this is maybe naive of me, like order guns but not order ammunition? Or like when you order blanks, is it like, sorry, you get a value pack and you got to have all of it? Like when you get the chip packs, and you're like, oh, nobody likes the Fritos. And like, well, we still got to get the Fritos. Is it that idea here, or like that's what is so confusing to me?
I don't know. I don't know if it's something they have to actually do. Like, if you're having an armorer, like a real armorer on set, that tells me you have to manipulate the ammunition to some degree. Like, are they supposed to be taking this live ammo and making it? Because people brought up the the Brandon Lee stuff from The Crow, and I want to say that was different. It wasn't even live ammo. It was something. I'm butchering this. I don't. There was something in the barrels, or there was something loose that, because these blanks really do fire the gunpowder, but there's no projectile.
Right.
But something in that instance that the barrels were not clear, and a piece of shrapnel got in Brandon Lee, whereas this one was a completely live, real bullet. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I know there's.
Yeah, it's going to be. First of all, does this movie ever come out? Probably not. I don't know. Second of all, like, where does this go? Like, does it turn into like an ugly legal battle? I mean, it's not going out of the news, that's for sure. Speaking of the movie ever coming out, do you remember this was like peak pandemic, I think, and there were previews for a movie that was almost like the Hunger Games, but like way more violent and intense. Oh gosh, what was it? Like, and anyway, that really doesn't matter. But like, they decided they were no longer making the movie. Like, they weren't going to release it. I don't know if it ever actually got released, but like, they decided they weren't releasing it. It wasn't going to happen because of like how many people were actually dying in the world. Well, I'll have to look that up, but I would be curious to know now, like how often this happens, like because of a tragic event, because of something major. We're just going to stop the movie, and in fact, we're not even going to put it out. Now, with a person like Alec Baldwin, pretty big name, maybe eventually they push through it, but I just don't know how they can, especially with all the, the things that have to be sorted out now.
Yeah, it's going to hold it back. But one of the things, it's a lot of money invested, so that's movies are weird. I remember there's a movie that, gosh, 2001, 2002, that was Drew Barrymore and Eric Bana, and no one's ever seen this movie. It was like a rom-com centered around the World Poker Tour. Remember when poker was all real big? Well, it kept getting pushed back, and then kind of the popularity of poker went away, and they never released it. It just basically, for scheduling, it just got pushed back for whatever reason, trying to find the right time for it, and then it got to the point where they were like, well, it's not even worth releasing anymore. So they spent these millions of dollars on this movie, shot, fully edited, and just not going to release it. So,
but that, super sad news, and I don't think it's going away anytime soon.
No, and I don't know. I feel bad for Alec Baldwin. I know he's polarizing, but that's got to be a terrible feeling. You're an actor. You're going through. Apparently, he was going through exercises, trying to get practicing a scene, rehearsing, probably talking with the lady, the director, they got shot but not killed, trying to get a shot down right, and
yeah,
I mean,
I can't. Yeah, it really is sad. We'll see.
But yeah, it's so bad for the families, and but not to make light of that, but there is another tragedy that's happened in Hollywood, and I griped about this on my well below average entertainment minute or two, because it's sometimes a minute or two, is The Rock is rapping now, and
I did see this.
have you heard the song?
No, I haven't listened. You know, why? Like, so The Rock is obviously beyond famous, right?
Right.
Actor, former athlete, wrestler, and in Moana, like, sang not very well. Like, the music, they doctored it up a little bit. Like, you can, if you listen to just like, if you look up on like Spotify or whatever, listen to the soundtrack, he very much is like kind of just talking, with a little bit higher pitch in his voice. And I love the song. Moana's great. I'm afraid to listen to this. I have not listened to it. I'm afraid to listen to it. I think it's going to be very very cringeworthy. And maybe The Rock's, getting spread too thin here. Maybe he's doing too many things. Not that people ever stop loving him, but kind of like a restaurant. Like, the original one is really, really good, and then the more they expand, just kind of waters it down. Hopefully that doesn't happen with our pal, The Rock, here. By the way, Brock, I don't hate you if you ever want to come on the podcast, but yeah, I don't know. Have you listened to this?
Yes, it popped up on my Instagram timeline first, and then it's the number one song on TikTok. His verse is the number one, because you could pick songs to go in the background, and he really pointed that out on like Twitter, like, hey, it's a big deal to be number one. Thank you for everybody supporting my music, and then I actually listened to the whole song, and the song is really good because it's got like Tech-9, like other like legitimate rappers, and then he's got the one verse at the end, and it is very cringeworthy. The song really takes a turn. It's very much The Rock rapping.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, it really screams like, Vin Diesel put out his album, Jeremy Renner put out an album, Eddie Murphy.
You don't forget our Cole Beasley, rapper, former Dallas Cowboy, current Buffalo Bill. How much would I have to pay you to? Somebody handles like the beats and all that stuff, even writes the lyrics. How much would I have to pay you to put out a rap? Full song.
The full song? Oh, I'd do it for the show. I don't know, $7.
$7 can get you a good amount of stuff. Yeah, I haven't heard this. I'll probably go listen to it. I'm not surprised to hear that at all.
And I'm real tempted to pull it up here, but I don't know. We put this on YouTube, and they screen it for like copyright infringements, and I don't want to lose the show. So
don't want to get in any trouble for that. But yeah, I mean, what else do we got? Because I need something different from The Rock rapping.
All right, so
get that taste out of my mouth.
Kind of sports, but kind of news. Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Green Bays, has had an interesting look this season, and it's been for a point. He's been growing his hair out, looking very weird for his Halloween costume, and he revealed it, obviously, last night on Instagram. So
I didn't see this.
Yeah, he's been growing his hair out for a year so he could be John Wick for Halloween this year.
Haven't seen a single second of the John Wick movies.
Really?
I know there's kind of like a cult following to these, but I haven't seen them.
You know what? I saw the first one. I guess in theaters probably. The second one, I've tried to watch at the house several times, and I've fallen asleep during it. I tried to go, not recently, I've tried to go because I think it's HBO Max put them all out. I tried to go through all three of them. I keep falling asleep during the second one. And I wake up during the third one, and I'm like, it's not even worth it. I'm not even trying anymore. It's so just gratuitously violent, cartoonishly violent, that it's like, it's boring. Like, do we really have to kill 75 people over like this 20-minute, 25-minute shooting scene? Like,
Yeah, and it's like that. And I don't mean to hate on anyone who likes John Wick. It's like that appealing to like the lowest common denominator kind of thing. Like it's just like a shoot 'em up, violent, like kind of thing.
I think there's kind of some like, I think there's that part of it. I think it's kind of making fun of itself a little bit. It's a little self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's part of that to it. Like it's over the top, just kind of because it's like, hey, we're just doing that. I think kind of a lot like the Expendables.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to be over the top. It's not trying to take itself too seriously. I mean, Boban's in it for crying out loud.
Right.
So, but it's, and I'm going to sound pretentious here, but I really like a good story. I'm a film guy, you know. Just give me a Wes Anderson movie with a nice, you know, with Bill Murray playing an eccentric character. I'm in all day.
Mm-hmm.
At a point, if it's like no story for me to follow along and it's just a lot of shooting, I'm gonna doze off.
Done.
Yeah.
Well, I did not know Aaron. I noticed, Aaron Rodgers' hair. Did not know he was John Wick. Haven't seen that. Clearly, I'm not active enough on Instagram.
Yeah. So get on Instagram and got a couple more here. Are you into the cryptocurrency?
Not at all. I'm very aware of it. I've got friends that are very into it, but I'm not in the crypto game.
So I've been converting a lot of my stuff into the Shiba Inu coin, which is blowing up, man. It's going to be the next Dogecoin, I think.
I don't really understand how it works.
I don't either, but if it goes up to like 10 cents, I might have a couple $100,000.
So, like obviously you can spend like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, but like this new one, you can't. Could you convert that into like Bitcoin? Like you convert things, like convert a Word document into a PDF. Like can you convert crypto into a different crypto? Like how does it work? Is this? I mean, I really don't get it.
Yeah, it's value. It's. I really don't know how to explain it. I just looked through Coinbase. It's an app, so I could convert it into cash, if I needed to. But it's literally worth. It's actually gone down. I bought it, most of it at 3/100,000th of a penny. It jumped up to 8/100,000th of a penny, and now it's at about 6/100,000th of a penny.
Okay.
And so I own something near like 1.2 million coins of this currency. So,
that doesn't make much sense to me, but more power to you, man. You know what?
Hey.
If you, maybe I'll look into it. Some of my friends are much more into it than I am.
Well, and this is the thing, and maybe I'm too like zeroed in on this article I was reading about it because and it's centered a lot around Warren Buffett, the big billionaire, has softened his stance on cryptocurrency and is starting to put some money into it, and that this article is like the way that you're going to see the wealth transfer from like the baby boomer generation to our generation, millennials, and younger generations is for cryptocurrency. As it becomes more popular and mainstream and more trusted, you'll see older investors putting money into it, which will drive up the value, which will then, people like me, you if you ever do it, who've invested at something at 3/100,000th of a penny, well, when they start investing and they drive it up to 10 cents, well, now I've reaped the benefits of like a 700,000% increase.
Yeah,
that's kind of the game I'm playing with this, and I think everybody is. It's just you're seeing a lot of younger people invest in it, and it's becoming more enticing to the older investors who have the majority of the wealth.
Right over my head, man. Right over my head. But I could be convinced. So maybe you can make that your mission. Convince me to invest in cryptocurrency. But for now, I don't know.
Tune in every week, everybody, and I'll try to explain cryptocurrency to Nick.
I might fall asleep, but I'll be here.
All right.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't really get it.
Well, I got one last thing here, and this is an actual news story. This might interest you. Thai police: a woman cut a rope holding painters 26 floors high.
Hold on, wait a second. I realized I didn't get to choose explore, snore on any of these.
I told you at the beginning, and you never said anything, so I just kept going with it.
Maybe I wasn't listening. I don't remember that at all. But this does sound interesting. Go ahead. I mean, I'm sure that's the headline tells a lot of the story, but is there anything behind this here?
So a resident at a high-rise condominium in Thailand cut the support rope for two painters, apparently because she was angry because she was not told they were going to be doing work that day. And she left them dangling 26 floors. Apparently they had another rope, or they were hanging onto ledges or something. It doesn't really say. Left them hanging above the 26th floor until a couple in an apartment pulled them in through the window.
So, like a normal person, maybe you dump water on them. Maybe you throw trash at them. Maybe you yell at them. This lady, I'm going to try to murder them because and it's probably like not their fault. It's somebody, her landlord, the contractor, like should be on them to tell, who's doing what that day. Not the guys just trying to make a buck, just trying to make a living, painting some. Yeah, my gosh.
Yeah, she apparently was angry because she saw them outside her window and was not notified through the condo announcements. So she went up to the 32nd floor. No, they were going to the 32nd floor to repair a crack in the building. Yeah. And she reached out. Okay. So she reached out of her window on the 21st floor and cut the rope while they were on the 26th floor, which I guess that's what left them stranded because they couldn't go any lower.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, at least everybody's okay. That lady's nuts. People like what? Like I don't understand how that can make you so mad. Like doing some repairs on your building. Be happy about that.
I mean, I remember once when I was in high school, I didn't realize we rented our house, and I didn't know our landlord was having roof repairs done, and that was pretty annoying. But I didn't go try to kill the roofers because they started at 6 a.m.
Right.
And at that time, at 16 years old, I kind of felt that was justified, but I didn't attempt murder. So
yeah, they started early, get out of the heat of the day, and it's annoying, it's frustrating, but kind of deal with it. And that lady did not.
So yes, that's a well below average response. That kind of
even worse than that. Is that all the news we have?
Yeah, it's our most favoriteest, wondrous, joyous time of the show, and that's Nick hates it.
Thank you, Adam. It is a great time. I do hate a lot of things, and we don't shy away from politics here on our podcast. And so we're going to get a little political, depending on what you think about this topic. Something I really hate that I've had to deal with this week is healthcare. The American healthcare system, and insurance specifically, is just the worst. So I do have a disability. However, I am not disabled enough to qualify for Medicare, but I'm also too disabled to qualify for a good private health insurance plan. So I'm stuck with a public option, or I've heard it called Obamacare, whatever you want to call it. And we are paying through the roof for health insurance. Not through the roof, I shouldn't say that. It's expensive. And it's beyond annoying, just beyond annoying. Can't stand it. And I know if we were in Canada, of course it's free, but then it comes out in taxes, whatever. It just seems like there has to be a better approach to this because it's beyond frustrating. We've been dealing with it for a few weeks because my wife isn't working anymore, at least in the short term, watch the baby, all that good stuff. So dealing with health insurance things is frustrating, and I hate it a lot, very much.
know what you're saying, man. That's one of the things that drives me up the wall. Pharmaceuticals, the healthcare, the way our people are treated.
I mean, it's like like especially pharmaceuticals, very much like a for-profit. Uh, it kind of seems a little backwards. Like this should be to help people, not to make billions of dollars.
Well, yeah, and these lies people are told. I was always told, well, our pharmaceuticals are more expensive in America because our companies invest in the research and development. What does that matter? So why is it more expensive here and not? Why aren't the other countries paying for that? Why aren't our citizens benefit? It doesn't make no sense. It's a huge lie. Especially you watch. I started doing research and learning about it. Is no, like these huge pharmaceutical companies are going and buying like literally mom and pop. Like if we're chemists and we come up with a cholesterol medicine, Merrick or whatever is going to come pay us $20 million to buy our cholesterol medicine, and then they're going to jack the price up and they're going to make $20 million a month. They put no money into R&D. The insulin is
I feel like the biggest one.
I think these drug company CEOs should be put on trial for the way that they charge for insulin. No one alive invented insulin. No one, the people who invented insulin, I think it's made in Canada, didn't profit. America gave it away freely to the drug companies as a distribution method, and now these drug companies are profiting hand over fist on insulin.
Yeah, it's great. Like you can go to Canada, like if you live like Buffalo, where my in-laws, they're most of the family, my wife's family's around Buffalo. You can drive to Toronto like 40 minutes and get in. It's crazy how much cheaper you can get insulin just like across the border.
And it's the way it should be. Insulin's not. They're not reinventing it. No one developed it. Nothing. And and if you ask me, it points to one thing. Like you said, yeah, Canada, the taxpayer paid for it. But I read several articles last year about this time, how American Airlines was holding 14,000 jobs hostage for $5.5 billion in government aid, which came out to about $473,000 per job. And I promise you, they were not holding the 14,000 most highest paid people hostage, right? I don't care. Like literally, we're paying these companies billions and billions of dollars to keep nearly minimum wage people working, and that's all taxpayer money. I don't care. Let Delta Airlines close. Let American Airlines close. I don't care. I would rather see that kind of money allocated to better healthcare infrastructure for our people. And that may be a wildly unpopular opinion, but I hate this corporate welfare system that seems to be so applauded.
Oh yeah.
And yet we have people have legitimate medical needs that can't afford to take care of them, that are dying. Isn't our life expectancy going down?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, and you would think it'd be going the opposite direction. Like, oh, modern medicine. Oh, we're improving. They're developing new things. Nope. Not. Like, and part of it goes to, not to get on a rabbit trail here, but like investing that money into people or the population at large increases the quality of life, increases overall health, increases life expectancy, and people are just generally like happier and like in a better place. Like, think about like mental health care,
right?
Like you can get it. I could be stepping on here. You can get it for low cost, I think. But like if I am struggling mentally, so if I'm struggling with my cholesterol, like there's things I can do that will help that. If I'm struggling with my mental health, and I don't want to make light of this, but like the end is, for most people, is like, well, there's nothing I can do. I'm going to take my own life, and that's tragic. But like, do I just continue through that and try to fight through it? Or do I try to get help, try to get therapy, try to get medication? Well, I can't afford that. So my only other option is just keep going. And then here we are. Like, it's all of it is beyond awful. I hate all of it. How about we move to Vancouver? I've heard it's great this time of year.
Yeah. Is that Western Canada?
I think
Western
so. I think
Canada.
it's like just north of Seattle.
As long as it's not the French-speaking Canada.
That's more like a Montreal area, like Quebec, I believe.
It's Quebec.
Okay, and then the middle of Canada, like Calgary, is where it is. I'm gonna live cover. I'm gonna look at the temperature in Calgary, Alberta right now. I bet it's stupid cold.
What about Yellowknife? Is there a place called Yellowknife?
Probably. In Calgary, Alberta, it is October 31st. The high today was 39 degrees. The low is 15. So, pretty frigid.
Another country. Is there like a tropical country that's like Canada in the way of that?
Good question. I don't know. But there might be. Like Denmark. People say like Denmark is great. So, I don't know. But anyway.
Is Curacao part of Denmark?
I don't know. But that's what I hate for this week.
Yeah, that is a worthy thing to hate. I do not dislike your hate. No guests this week. That's not unusual. TV entertainment time. We put a pin in one thing, but I want to get to a new movie that's come out that I don't know if you watch on HBO Max and in theaters. Dune. You got a chance to watch?
I have not. I do want to see it. So when it first came out, I saw a ton of great reviews, and then I saw kind of the opposite. It was good, not great. I liked it, but I don't get the hype. So I've gotten a mixed bag. What I have been told is that I should try to see it in theaters if I can. It helps the experience, but I do want to see it.
Yeah, it was good. Definitely, I did not realize there was going to be a part 2. And I noticed something. The first time I watched it, the day it came out, the title card just said Dune, and I wanted to rewatch it because I was kind of in and out. I was still working, so I wasn't really paying attention, and my kids were watching it. I noticed I rewatched it a couple of days ago, and it said Dune 1, Part 1. I don't know if I missed it. Someone could comment Twitter well below AVG.
Because when they put it that was just Part 1 on Twitter, it was a big deal. It kind of blew up. I don't know. I mean, that would be interesting if it was just they changed it,
Well, yeah, because they didn't confirm Part 2 until really recently. So I'm wondering if they changed stuff. I don't know how hard it is to change that.
So would you say, for a non-movie person like me, worth a watch?
It's a long. Yeah, I'd say so. It's definitely, you could tell Star Wars ripped this thing off. And I've heard before, Star Wars will say that George Lucas will say he was inspired by Dune. He ripped it off.
Well, because it's a book series or a book, right?
Yeah, apparently very long book, very detailed. It's good. I know big complaint was Zendaya was only in it for 7 minutes. Spoilers, I guess. Not really spoilers.
Wow,
it's
thanks,
all over
man.
the place.
No point to watch it.
Yeah. But I have a feeling she's going to be a big part of the second part because it's kind of, yeah, you'll see. No, it was good. It had good action. I don't know why people are hating on the coolest name in sci-fi history, Duncan, Idaho, played by none other than Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I'll probably watch it. Maybe one weekend, next weekend when we're just hanging out at the house. Throw it on.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. I don't know. I mean, I guess the theater experience might be a lot better, but if you got HBO Max, throw it on, pop a bag of popcorn, and just see what see how it goes.
Well, and then I'll add it to the list.
Well, I guess we can't talk about this if you haven't watched it yet, but in our 2-week break, have you caught the Chappelle special?
No, I haven't, and in fact, I had every intention of watching it last Sunday, and I just didn't. That's on me.
Okay. Well, we'll move that till next week and let you watch it. And all right, so debate. Do we have a debate?
I do. So it is Halloween night. I don't know if I've heard a single trick-or-treater. My front door is right there, like on the other side of this wall. I haven't heard one on the other side of your wall.
I
We're
know you're
living,
pointing to that
yeah,
wall. That's where my restroom is. I don't know.
we're
Weird.
living in a alternate universe. No, so here's my debate. So it is currently, as we're recording this, just after 7.
Hmm.
It's now dark outside. When we started recording, the sun was still up. Here's the debate. Maybe not even as much of a debate as a question. What is the proper etiquette of trick-or-treat timing? Too late? Too early? Is there an etiquette?
Uh, I think you start like dusk is a good start,
Like
especially for the
6-ish?
6:15, 6:30. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, that's good, especially with the littler kids. I think you want to have
Yeah.
some light. Um, I think 9ish is kind of the max.
See, I think 9 is pushing it just a little bit. In fact, I would go a little bit earlier. I'd say if you want to start at 5:45, especially if you have a little kid, I'm not going to be mad at you.
Hmm.
But if you're ringing my doorbell past 9 or later, really like 8:30, you need to be making your final rounds. I think like it's especially,
Yeah.
and especially if it's a weeknight or a Sunday, like where
Hmm.
most people are working the next day. Um, I and every year, like I'm sure it'll be like 9:30. We'll be like just sitting watching TV, and we'll hear someone like either knock on our door or like walking up and then see the thing that like, oh, they put candy out, now it's gone. Um, like surely that's going to happen. But I remember, I feel like in my neighborhood growing up, there was a ton of kids, and there were people that would start trick or treating like after, like at 4:30, like right after school, and that's just way too early. Some people aren't even home yet. And
Yeah.
here's my other question: does it bother you when the Halloween night is not on Halloween? So, for example, we have some family. Their trick or treating was done on Thursday, so like days before Halloween. Like their whole neighborhood, it was like an event, and they did it on Thursday. It kind of bothers me a little bit that it's not on the day.
So it doesn't bother me, but we have a contract at this point that we're doing it that day, and you're not gonna mess with me on Halloween on the day. Like we've eliminated that. If we're gonna move it, I don't care. You get 1 day. All right.
Right. Yeah. Now,
I don't.
like the church things, trunk or treats, those are
Yeah.
different. Those are different. The fall festivals, whatever you want to call them, those are different. They can be done on like the Wednesday if it's not that. But um, yeah, it
And
bothers me when neighborhoods do it on off days.
I remember when I worked for a church, we would like the churches around. We would kind of like talk with them. When are you doing yours? When are you doing yours? And like that way, we would have like a whole row. Like every day, we'd all do it a little different or different times, different. That
Yeah.
way they weren't overlapping.
We
So
didn't buy any candy. Um, so we were at my mom's today, and she gave us a bunch of like Reese's, and then we just supplemented it with some blow pops that have been in our pantry for like a year and a half, and some.
oh man, I
And
like Blow Pops.
blow pops are very good. Individually wrapped lifesavers, and then some individually wrapped taffy, which I love taffy. I think it's great. But we did not do the greatest job of candy this
So
year.
my wife gets these every now and again, individually wrapped Werther's original like chews, not the hard
Mhm.
candy, a soft chew.
I haven't had those.
That's
The hard candy's not bad. I mean, it's
no, it's this is pretty good. Like I would highly recommend. Um,
Also I've heard. You remember Nerds Rope back in the day?
yes.
They've rebranded it as Nerds Clusters, and they're like bites. They're like Nerds Rope bites, and I've heard they're very good. So I
Okay.
need to hunt some of those down because people are speaking highly of these.
Okay. Here's the one. Candy corn.
So candy corn to me is a lot like Coldplay. It is very it is very cool to hate candy corn. Like people love to hate Coldplay, no matter how catchy their music is. No matter how if they play at the Super Bowl, like oh I hate Coldplay. Also, because of the joke in what is it, 40-Year-Old Virgin. Um, I won't repeat
Oh
it because
yeah.
it's pretty offensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool to hate Coldplay. Same thing with candy corn. Like all through my childhood, nobody ever was like, "Oh, candy corn's terrible, throw it in the trash." Like it was just whatever. Like, it was in a jar at your grandma's house or my mom's house. If you just eat some of it, like, I don't think it's good. Like, it's fine. It's just sugar. Like, there's nothing to it.
We've gone through a lot of candy corn since they've started selling it. Yeah.
It doesn't bother me, but I hate the hate for candy corn because I think people just do it to jump on the bandwagon, so to speak.
Yeah, I love candy corn. It's been one of my favorites, and I feel the exact same way. And I almost put out a tweet that I didn't think it would go over well. Was people who ate candy corn give off the same energy as anti-vaxxers.
I don't think that would have gone over that well. But I also don't know if it. I don't know if I agree that much, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah, like candy corn, I couldn't say the last time I ate it. Like if I was in someone's house and it was in a bowl, I'd pick at it. I'd eat some. I think it's fine.
Candy corn soup, meal or no?
I don't think so. Does your whole family like candy corn?
Yeah. My kid, like, I went to the dollar store and I bought like this big tray of candy corn, and we'll all eat it. But they love the pumpkins. So do I. The little candy corn pumpkin ones.
Uh-huh.
Those are like the gold nuggets. Like, we fight over those.
Your house turns into a battle over the pumpkins.
Yes, it's very purge energy around here.
Yeah, but I don't have any strong feelings against candy corn.
Okay. I like that. So, all right. Well, I guess that's our debate, right?
Yeah, that's what I got.
All right. So let's wrap up on some sports as we tend to do. Some Week 8 thoughts, and then I want to get your early season Mavs take, which I think are going to be a little incendiary. But let's
Yeah. Where do we want to start here? Week 8 NFL. If you listened or watched or both, my well below average picks of the week, I believe I'm 3 for 3 so far. Packers covered, actually won outright against the Cardinals. The Titans got an overtime win by 3 against the Colts. That one almost came back to bite me. And then the Bills, my favorite, barely covered that 13.5 against the Dolphins. I would like to amend. When I made my Cowboys pick, I was surely thought Dak would play. I still think they could win that plus 2.5, but we'll see. Other than that, my Steelers got a big win over the Browns. Hate the Browns, so that was great. The Jets beat the Bengals. Former Cowboy Mike White gets the win.
That was one of my 3-point games. That killed me.
The Patriots went into LA and beat the Chargers. The Saints beat the Bucks, which was a big win for them without Jameis Winston, in fact. So a lot of stuff happened around the NFL tonight, or I guess today. And I think, to me, this is just a very balanced year. Like, there's a lot of teams that could figure their way into, Championship Sunday, AFC, NFC Championship game. So, yeah, it was a good week. And, of course, I'm happy. I don't think the Steelers are that good, but if they can anytime they beat the Browns, I'm all for it. So, I'll take it.
It's the AFC North. Every team has 4 wins. It looks what I thought, really, and kind of thought the Browns and Ravens would run away with that division. Is looked really competitive.
Yeah, the Bengals have been surprising to me. I thought they'd be better. I didn't think they'd be this good. I never trusted the Browns. I don't think Baker Mayfield is that guy. Also, the Browns just always find a way to crap the bed. I think the Ravens are the best team in the division, and the Steelers are just fine. I don't think they'll finish last, but I don't think they have a real chance to win it.
So what do you think of? I heard this on the. I think it was the Jets-Bengals game. Every team in the AFC has at least 2 losses, and every team in the AFC has a home loss. What do you make of that?
It's pretty crazy. I wonder how often or if ever that's happened. I think it just shows how evenly matched the AFC is. Also, the stronger teams this year in the NFC: Cardinals, Rams, Cowboys, Bucks. That's not to say, like, I think the Chiefs could take off at any moment, though they're in some real trouble. Like, they'll win tomorrow, almost certainly against the Giants, but like their schedule after that is tough. They're not going to get home field advantage. Might have to go to Buffalo, to Baltimore, wherever they end up. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I'm not sure who's my favorite the rest of the way, but it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, a lot of good. Yeah, NFC's tough. I think the Chiefs. I was talking to my dad, who's a big Chiefs fan, today. I think their offense, as soon as their line gels, they're very young, all new line, all five new starters, I believe.
I think that's
Um,
right.
I think that's really what's holding them back a lot on offense, and it's still a very good offense.
Yeah, they could
I think,
explode at any time.
yeah. Defense, on the other hand, I don't know. There's a lot of work to be done there, but um, been a good slate of games, and I'm looking forward to Dallas winning by a couple of points tonight with
We'll see.
old Cooper Rush. They're gonna rush the ball.
Super Rush. It
Unintended.
probably just started a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
So the
Let's get
Mavs.
your. Yeah, I want to hear your early season Mavs takes. I've seen some of
So
your tweets,
yeah,
and yeah.
I mean, so they won again today. They beat
Oh,
the Kings at home. Let me pull up the score here. 105-99. They're 4-2 on the year. They lost to the Nuggets. They got embarrassed in Denver and then lost to Atlanta on opening night. They beaten the Spurs, the Kings. Uh,
it's first twice already.
let me just pull up their. Why am I not remembering this? Dallas Mavs. All right. So they beat the Spurs. They beat the Kings. They have beaten live coverage, everybody. The Rockets, and they have beaten the Raptors. So, beaten some average to below average teams, lost to some good teams. But here's my issue, and this has been boiling for a while, like not just this year, but the Mavericks have started the same starting five to start the season for 3 straight years. Okay, added some depth, which is good. Have gotten some great return from role players like Maxi Kleba, even Dwight Powell to a degree, although some bad moments from him. You can't expect to win in the NBA at a high level by just keeping the same starting lineup. Like they've been and have been and are banking on the fact that Kristaps Porzingis is going to take it to the next level. However, he can't even stay on the floor. Back tightness has kept him out of the last 2 games. I would trade him for anything, honestly. I would. And here is the point that I've come to. I was talking to a coworker about this. I don't think I'm a Mavs fan anymore. I'm a Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr. I'm a fan of the players. I'm tired of Mark Cuban. I'm surprised we didn't talk about this. The drama. Did you hear this past week? Tim McMahon saying Chandler Parsons had more say in the front office than sometimes Donnie Nelson. Donnie Nelson wasn't a part of the draft. The general manager. I'm so over the Mavericks. I am so over Mark Cuban. God bless Jason Kidd. I hope he does a great job. Who knows? I thought I'd be excited about the hire, but I'm really not. Nico Harrison. I hope he does a great job as a GM, but as long as Cuban's there, I just don't think anything's going to change. I think the more this goes on, Luka's going to get more and more frustrated. And yeah, they have him under contract, but who knows what happens, how frustrated he gets. They've got to get another high caliber starting player next to him. Like Tim Hardaway Jr. is great. He's not a number 2. Kristaps Porzingis, even if he's good, I don't think he can be a number 2 anymore. He just can't. And so where do they go? And I think that's what frustrates me so much is for the most part, they've been banking on the fact that Luka's going to be better. Oh, KP will take that next step. He'll get back to where he was, but he won't. And so I'm just so beyond frustrated with Mavericks. They don't value the draft. They really never have. They lucked into Dirk to a degree. They traded for Luka, which, they needed that. That was smart of them. But where has it taken them? They haven't won a playoff series. I mean, it's been a decade since the championship. And that's the last playoff series win. So I'm really pretty over the Mavs. Plus, I can't even watch them unless I look up streams that aren't allowed. And that's frustrating, too. And so, I don't know. I think I'm done with the organization for now. I'm going to cheer them on. The players, it's not their fault. There's a lot of likable guys on that roster. But I am so frustrated with the front office, the ownership, everything. And nothing has changed, nothing will change. We're just rotating pieces at this point. It's like we're playing a chess game and we're moving stuff, but nothing's actually happening. So that's where I'm at right now, even though they're 4-2.
Yeah, I don't. I think putting pressure on Luka to keep getting better is eventually going to not just frustrate him, but kind of implode him. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, how much better can he get? I mean, obviously, yeah, he can get better, but like, does he need to score 50 a night? Is 50, 20, and 20 or something? Because it seems like that's what they need him to do. Or, yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched a lot. I haven't been able to watch a lot, obviously. So I don't even get ESPN anymore. So, but yeah, it's weird. See, you think, yeah, Dallas won that trade with, they got, they didn't get Trae Young. Atlanta got him, and you see how deep Atlanta. They look so good in the playoffs. Obviously, they didn't have to play a Clippers team who was probably better than the team.
Right.
Yeah, but man, Young looked exciting. That whole team, the team looked better. And I thought about that last year. Like, what if Dallas would have had Young and kept Dennis Smith Jr. and what kind of team would we have then? Would it be a better team if we'd have, I don't know. But yeah, it is frustrating to watch Luka just squander. Dallas squander away Luka's really good years for seemingly nothing, for no reason.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm happy they've won some games. They're 4-2. That's great, but my expectation is that the year will end in frustration.
Well, what's not frustrating is this podcast, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring it to a close. Do you have anything else before we get out of here?
No, I don't. Ever a happy Halloween, everybody, I guess. Enjoy the half-price or discounted candy tomorrow. Get there early so you can grab some
candy. I think our sponsors, the Local Menace, Rodeo, and yeah, till we see you again, stay above average.
God, that man is well below average.